Hi everyone, welcome back to our English Story channel. It's so nice to see you again. Today we have a calm and beautiful story for you. It's called My Trip to the Zoo. This story is great for beginner English learners. You'll hear simple words, gentle sentences, and everyday vocabulary. Are you ready to relax and learn? Let's get started.
Hi, my name is Grace. I am 24 years old and I live alone in a small apartment in the city. My life is simple. Most days I stay home, drink tea, and try to stay calm. But this morning felt special. I opened the window and felt the breeze. The sky was soft blue, the birds were singing, and the air smelled like sunshine. I made a cup of tea and stood there, just watching the world wake up. I looked down at the street below. People walked with purpose, mothers with strollers, students with backpacks, shopkeepers opening doors. Everyone was going somewhere. I felt a gentle push inside me. I didn't want to stay inside today. Suddenly, I thought about the zoo. I hadn't been there in years. It sounded perfect. So I got ready. I packed my brown shoulder bag with a notebook, a pen, my phone, a bottle of water, and my small camera. I wore my soft jeans, a white t-shirt, and my favorite sneakers. I tied my hair back and took a deep breath. I locked the door, walked down the stairs, and felt the sun on my face. The city felt different when I had a plan. I smiled and walked to the bus stop. The ride to the zoo took about 35 minutes. The bus was not full, just a few quiet passengers. I sat by the window, listening to calm music in my earphones. The buildings turned into trees. The road curved toward something green. When I saw the big zoo sign, my heart felt light. I stepped off the bus and walked slowly toward the entrance. Children were laughing. Parents held maps and cameras. I bought a ticket from a kind woman. She said, "Hope you enjoy your visit." I nodded and said, "Thank you." Then I walked in. The first thing I saw was a large map. It showed all the paths and animal areas. There were lions, giraffes, elephants, monkeys, birds, zebras, and penguins. I decided to start on the left side, toward the lions. The lion enclosure was peaceful. 3 lions rested under a tree. One male lion lifted his head slowly and looked around. He blinked, yawned, and closed his eyes again. I stood there in silence, taking it in. The power of the animal, the quiet of the moment. It felt beautiful. I took a photo and moved on. Next were the monkeys. They were loud and funny. One monkey was hanging upside down from a rope. Another was chasing its friend in circles. A baby monkey came close to the glass and stared at me. I waved. It didn't wave back, but it scratched its head like it was thinking. I laughed softly. A child beside me laughed too. I continued walking and saw flamingos. They were bright pink and very still. Many stood on one leg like they were doing yoga. It looked uncomfortable, but they seemed relaxed. Next was a small pond. Ducks floated by slowly, and a few turtles sat on rocks. A couple sat nearby, feeding crumbs to the birds. I felt calm watching the water ripple. Around noon, I started to get hungry. I found a wooden food cart selling snacks. I bought a sandwich and a bottle of juice. Then I sat on a bench under a tall tree. While eating, I looked around. People were walking, laughing, and taking photos. I took out my notebook and wrote, "This place feels kind, like the world is slower here." After lunch, I followed signs to the elephant area. There were 3 big elephants and 1 baby. The baby played with a stick, then sprayed water on its back. The mother stood close, watching carefully. I stayed there for a long time. They were strong and peaceful. I felt like I was learning just by watching them. Their energy was slow and steady. Then I found the giraffes. They were tall and graceful. One bent down to eat from a branch, its long neck moving like a wave. I took a picture and whispered, "So beautiful." After the giraffes, I visited the bird garden. There were bright parrots, soft white doves, and noisy little birds. One parrot said, "Hello?" I smiled and said hello back. A few people nearby laughed. It felt good to smile with strangers. Then I saw the penguin area. It was colder there, with water and rocks. The penguins waddled around, slipping a little as they walked. They dove into the water and popped up again like little rockets. One stood near the glass and stared at me. Its eyes were small but curious. Before leaving, I stopped at the gift shop. I bought a keychain shaped like a giraffe and a small notebook with animal drawings. They were simple but perfect reminders. Then I walked slowly toward the exit. As I left the zoo, the sun was lower in the sky. The light was warm and soft. I took the bus home, holding my gift bag close. On the ride, I watched the city return. Back home, I made another cup of tea. I sat by the window and looked at the sky. I thought about the lions, the monkeys, the elephants, the penguins. Each moment stayed in my mind. Today was a quiet adventure. I didn't travel far, but I felt changed. I felt more alive. And sometimes that's all we really need.
Thank you so much for watching. Did you enjoy the story? Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and write a comment to practice your English. Tell us, have you ever been to a zoo? What animals did you like the most? See you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.